I could tell you right now, he's probably more comfortable knowing that he has to fight against Phazon instead of Sandstorm. I bet he was very afraid to fight against Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Not saying that Phazon's a slouch, but I'm just saying that I think Wrench has got more wins over Phazon than he does against Sandstorm.
If he did watch that last match, I would not be comfortable fighting against Phazon right now.
I'm curious how much of that was Sandstorm's lack of matchup knowledge against Jiro, though. And we're going to find out here in this game, because Wrench is going to show us whether or not Phazon's the real deal, or if he was just taking advantage of a character that Sandstorm wasn't very comfortable with. Because Phazon definitely is comfortable with this character.
Oh, yeah. Oh my gosh. All right, so Phazon definitely has a scythe.
Ooh.
Look at this. So much damage.
Side stick comes out, sending that scythe whirling around, puts it the neutral stick to try to catch him out.
Those shadow clones.
But Wrench quickly returns.
Oh, just too far. That guitar slap was just one too many. Oh, Wrench charging that throw, getting all that extra airtime, where Phazon is forced to be unarmed.
Picks up a sword, finally, but Wrench is still a decent amount of damage here on Shipwreck. I'm always surprised that Wrench manages to get Shipwreck first in all of his matches.
Yeah?
Because his offstage, it's like the go-to thing, the go-to blurb that we talk about him, and we just saw it succeed. And we're on any other map, Faison would have lived.
Okay, no, his dodge is gone.
Okay.
He bet the farm on that one.
And why not? He has a solid stock ahead. He put him in the red.
Oh, yeah. Because, I mean, if it paid off, that basically would have just secured the game.
Kudos to Faison for being able to stay cool in that situation and return with that ground pound and send Wrench flying to his death. And now, if you know anything about Faison from the previous game, never mind.
He knows Phazon wants to go for those scythe down airs. That is a very popular approach option for scythe players. So if you just tuck around behind it, land whatever signature you want.
Wrench putting out 2 sidelights in a row. Oh, that dodge back into the down air. What an amazing read. Nice little down light, waits him out, but Phazon just buffers out that neutral air, trying to get any kind of damage out instead of putting out a dodge, not worrying too much with the guitar strings.
I mean, that's that triangle play, right? You hit me, okay. You think I'm going to dodge. Well, I can just beat your weight.
Yes. And
Just
Phazon
interrupt the
succeeds
read.
in that situation. And as you said, because it's a triangle, you got to pick one out of 2. Tries to put that down to take out the clone, however, does not connect. That recovery comes out from Phazon and sends Wrench towards the top of the stage. Another nair. Many moves will KO here.
Oh!
Neutral stick just barely isn't one of them. Disarms, though. Oh, he tries to go for a neutral light, too. I would have liked the gravity cancel down light, but instead...
There's the gravity cancel down light for you. Tying up the stocks. Phazon still in this. I mean, Jiro, I've said it before, he is a low defense legend, so even just being in that deep orange is incredibly dangerous for him.
Try to put out another neutral stick there, but it was immediately stuffed by Wrench's sidelight.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
When we try to go for a neutral light, but Wrench is really good about spacing around that on the side of the walls. Even walls a small shipwreck. D-Light recovery nearly KOs Phazon, and Phazon's getting pretty deep in the red here. It's looking like game 1 is going over the Wrench, and it definitely does.
Just a clear, full, clean stop.
Yeah, Wrench pretty much destroyed Phazon there. And even in the stock that Phazon were able to reverse on, keeping in mind that it was wrenched with the momentum and Phazon desperately attacking out of a flurry of blows. Wrench felt very comfortable in that matchup. And I'm almost looking to see Phazon return back to what I consider a more comfortable character in this matchup. But he's sticking to the Jiro.
Sticking to the Jiro. I mean, if that's what he's been working with throughout the offseason, that's what he's been practicing up.
It may be what he believes is his strongest option, and that might be the truth after what we saw with the spectacle against Sandstorm.
Wow, and Phazon leaving Shipwreck open, but we're not going there.
Okay. Wrench taking it to Mammoth Fortress.
Wow.
Maybe there's something that both players felt about that game that we didn't notice. But either way, I'm not thinking too much about that. That's something definitely to ask them for another time. We're going to be going into game number 2. Can Phazon take it to game 3 and continue upsetting previous tournament contenders and making it farther than he's ever made it before? We're about to find out. Phazon opening it up with a nice little string. Wrenched, however, returning an even more powerful one. But as I say that, Phazon with the nair recovery. Trying to find that sidelight. Wrench, however, falling with guitar nair. Oh, down airs. Phazon, you are playing a risky game here. Wrenched is an offstage master.
Going back onto the stage, yes, you can edge guard with those shadow clones. They worked out so well for you in the previous set.
Guitar toss goes up, and Wrench trying to go for that turnaround gravity cancel down light. Doesn't catch Faison, and he picks up the scythe. Nice.
Oh!
Ooh, that neutral sig. So I don't even think I've seen that move hit before. I've only seen it cast. Amazing edge guard coming out from Faison. He took the first stock. Let's go.
Yeah,
Faison.
under a minute. Really.
I'm very surprised because that was looking so heavily in favor of Wrenched.
Yeah, I mean, he was just in control throughout the entirety of the last match. And this one, Phazon's still hanging on to his first stock.
And now Wrenched trying to get something started here with the guitar, but Faison just punching him in the face. Oh, that dash back, dash forward, down light into neutral air. D-Light Sarah comes out from Wrenched, evens things up pretty quickly, but Faison puts on a little bit of damage on before he takes off. And now we're back to even stocks. Oh, nice recovery. Catches Faison not being able to pick up the scythe.
Uh-oh, has him off stage.
Oh, that's so scary. He hits
There's
it with
the
one.
guitar slap.
Okay,
Okay.
dodge is gone. Dodge is gone. If he can go for the ground pound, he can get it. And he gets the downer and sends him off the side of the stage. He does not manage to find it, and the recovery comes back. Wrenched actually being able to make such a great situation out of that, because when he goes for that gravity cancel neutral sig, that is like 5 seconds of like danger. Anything can happen to me with a scythe.
So scary.
Neutral
Wow,
comes
Phazon looking for these dodge reads. He hasn't been able to find any on the scythe. And you know what? For that matter, Wrenched hasn't really been able to get too many good dodge reads onto Phazon. He's done a good job of mixing it up.
Manages to catch him with the nair, sends him off the side of the stage, but Wrenched knows the scythe moves in and out, dodges between them, goes for the other side of the stage. Can he dodge up? He does, and that ground pound does not connect. Wrenched gets the side like it's a snare. That's going to be it for Phazon's second stock, and now he is on tournament stock here against Wrenched. He wants to make it further on, but Wrenched is doing such a great job off stage. Those guitar options that he takes are things that you will not see by any other player.
Yeah, and I mean, it's a great way to just quickly steal all the momentum of the match. You know that's got to be getting into Phazon's head here.
D-Light recovery comes up from Phazon, sends Wrenched towards the top of the stage. Another recovery. Can you get a third one? Why not? Recovery is definitely going to... You don't need to hit D-Light to have recovery kill. It just makes it easier to find it, as we saw right there.
Absolutely perfect. Before taking too much damage, ties up the stocks.
However, Wrenched does have the lead on the momentum here. Phazon was able to take the first stock, but I will say that it was kind of like a... if he didn't hit that neutral sig, he definitely would have been taking the first stock. It's one of those cases. Like, it wasn't... The game wasn't going towards that direction. And now it's looking a little bit more like how it was looking all set. But Phazon finding a little bit off these weapon tosses. Guitar pickup into a falling nair. Doesn't get the downlight pickup. Phazon trying to kind of his own neutral light. Ooh, no D-Light follow-up.
Good answer out of the dodge. Phazon
love
making
that.
great use.
He walked right underneath him, turned around, hit him with the neutral light, tried to go in for that side stick punish, and it just does not connect. Wrenched dodges back behind him, and he tries to down air into it, but the neutral light catches him out of it.
It's so good at anti-airing guitars that way.
Downlight and the recovery comes out, and the second recovery could have killed him off the top. Neutral light connects. Phazon gets that nice neutral light himself. Almost has Wrenched into the red, picks up the scythe, and there's the neutral light. He goes for that.
Oh my gosh.
That was such a hard read, but just a little bit too late, and the recovery comes out again, but the ground pound connects. Neutral light does not hit down. Signatures through his side signature at the risk of dying there and putting out ground pounds and just ending them on the platform, keeping Wrenched on his toes. Dodges out of the way of the Cider, but that side sig was so risky. Cider hits another recovery. Wrenched has a weakened recovery at the moment.
Going for the ground pound. No,
sends him off
just fling
stage.
him back off the side.
His jumps are so low. Can he make it back? He can't.
No,
the recovery never
that's
came
it.
back, and
1-1.
Phazon takes
1-1.
it to game number 3.
So Phazon surviving by the skin of his teeth at the end there.
So here's what's making my mind kind of churn, right? Is that he left Shipwreck open, and then Wrenched took him to Mammoth. And Mammoth Fortress very clearly provided Phazon with opportunities to recover, which he would not have had. On Shipwreck. And it even gave Phazon moments to where like he could do those those ground pounds on the platform that previously didn't exist, that stopped Wrenched from having that advantage off the side of the stage. So the fact that they're leaving it up again and going there again is very surprising to me, but it was still a close match. And granted, Phazon did get a very early first kill, respectively.
Right. So do you think the adjustment that Wrenched is going to do, he might play the early game?
I think that's what he's thinking, because definitely leaving this open and Nair, recovering Nair is not a good way to be able to start off game number 3.
Whenever somebody gets hit up there in that little magnifying glass, I get so scared. Because if you are just too high, and
especially against like guns or something.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Whoa! The fully charged neutral sig responded to by the neutral sig of Jiro, facing onto his opponent and sending him off the side of the map. Wrenched now picking up the sword. Gravity cancel sidelight, getting the full distance, but traveling slightly downwards as you hit towards the ground. But Faison returning with his own sidelight, not gravity canceling it, but traveling off the platform.
Oh!
And the down
the weapon throw
interrupts.
saving him.
Wow.
That Shadow Clone had the read.
I didn't
had
even
the
realize
hit.
that's the first time I've ever seen that interaction, because the Shadow Clone connected.
Yeah.
But the weapon toss stopped him from transporting to it. Incredible. I guess a similar thing happens with Hattori, now that I think about it.
Yep. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Whoa,
let's
gets
go to the
around that
pound.
ground pound, threatening with the Shadow Clone.
Recovery hits, nearly kills Wrenched off the top. Phazon tosses the weapon aside and picks up the scythe, and the downlight sends him up towards the recovery and gets it. Gets the read. Wrenched probably not expecting the active input to send him in that direction, was kind of confused about his new position.
Yeah.
Downlight's also confusing as a move from scythe, because if you're not used to getting hit by it at high percent, you're not going to realize it's not going to send you that far. If you use that active input to the other direction, you're kind of just going to be put in a place where you could get hit by a recovery like that.
Definitely just a setup move. Wrenched committing to that side signature. You talked about it before. You know, once you start it up, you may as well just run right off the edge.
Yeah, just use it as a mobility tool at that point. Nice dash jumps there. Weapon toss has to be dodged out of the way, and a very clean punish. Phazon so late on that dodge, and so... he definitely didn't respect his opponent when he did that dodge, because it's kind of like, what are they not going to do? They're definitely going to dash jump ground pound you. You don't have any way of avoiding it. Stock number 1 goes over to Wrenched. Phazon with a little bit of a lead here. But that lead is slowly becoming null.
I mean, that's because he's been able to just dodge out of these guitar strings. You know, Wrenched hasn't been able to get those crazy 5-6 hit strings.
Ground pound hit in the down air, tries to go for the scythe. It actually hits. It barely does a KO. He's trying to reach out with the chains of that scythe signature. Oh.
All right, again, perfect dodge out. Ooh, the weapon throw sending Wrenched wide.
Oh, he tried to go for that pivot there, too. Down sig comes out.
Ho, ho, ho. Looking for the recovery. He read the dodge up and around. Wrenched definitely thinking about that Shadow Clone. Doesn't want to recover close to the corners.
Well, he's got to be careful about going above, too. The neutral sig will just be able to catch him out of the air.
Yeah.
Send him straight down once again. Oh, my gosh. That D-light. What the... Wrenched had to just barely slid.
Oh, yeah.
Into the, it was like the ears
just
on the top of his head.
Right
just
over
getting
the
clipped by the sword
crest.
to bring him above. Phazon with such great patience and spacing on that downlight is able to take a KO that honestly was a little bit earlier than I was expecting, and now Wrenched on tournament stock here, previously in such a solid lead. Side stick connects, second side stick just barely goes underneath, just clips off the little bottoms of his feet.
Calm down, everybody. Phazon landing with the ground pound, but Wrenched finding his way back to stage. But Phazon, again, just controlling this stage.
So many weapon tosses going back and forth. Oh, the... Will that do it? Down sig connects.
All right, he's just got the dodge. Oh, Wrenched went for the dive kick wide.
No. That's it.
He's out of options. Phazon taking it 2-1. So he just went through Sandstorm and then Wrenched? He just went through the top 2 from the World Championship?
Yes.